Hi, and welcome to Virginia State University's Randolph Farm. Today we're going to be talking about sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes you might think about Thanksgiving, that's when you usually eat them, but they're good all throughout the year. They're very healthy for you. They have a lot of vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, calcium, and they're sometimes maybe thought to be a little bit better than white potatoes. They're also very easy to grow, and you as a home gardener should have no problem growing sweet potatoes in your garden. All right, well, we're in this sweet potato patch here. You can see they're growing really well. We've got some that we just dug up. It's a little early right now that we've dug these, so they're a little small. The longer that they stay in the ground, the larger they're going to get. This is a red variety. This is called Puerto Rico, but there are a lot of different varieties out there. Red flesh, orange flesh, even some stringy ones like this. There's a variety called Haman. It's a white sweet potato, very, very sweet. Ones that you might find that do best in the garden are ones like Georgia Jet or Centennial. Also, Beauregard is a great variety. It is grown commercially, but it can also do very well in the home garden because it's very productive. You get a lot of sweet potatoes out of your field. So if you were going to grow these, it'd be best to have sandy soil, but if you're not in a sandy location, if you've got heavy clay soils, you might want to amend that soil with a little bit of organic matter or some compost to kind of make a little better environment for those sweet potatoes to grow, because this is the root part that we're harvesting, right? One thing about sweet potatoes for the home garden, they're nice because they don't have a lot of disease or insect problems. But one thing to think about are weeds. As you see these plants here, they've vined over the row middles. There's not much chance of weeds growing through here now because all the sun's being blocked. But until this happens, until these vines cover over, you're going to need to make sure all the weeds are out of the row middles. You can pull them out or use a hoe and cultivate in between there. Now, you're seeing the plants now towards the end of the season. Now, let's think about at the beginning of the season planting these. The best thing for the home grower to do is to go buy sweet potato slips. Those are the pulled plants that can be then transplanted into the ground. You can make a hill and plant these in the ground, put the plants within the row about 2 to 3 feet apart, and have rows that are about 4 to 6 feet apart to give them lots of space, because they really do run and move, and they'll do really well for you at that spacing. So you've grown your sweet potatoes, now you've got to figure out when to harvest these. Well, like I said before, usually these have maturity dates anywhere from 90 days to 150 days depending on the variety. One way to tell they're ready is as it starts to get colder, these will naturally kind of die back and it's time to harvest them. But you can check them periodically as you get towards that 90-day, 100-day period and see how they've done. They'll get a little larger the longer you keep them in the ground. And to dig them, you usually something like this, a spading fork, digging carefully around the plant area, giving yourself about 8 to 10 inches on each side of the plant, and probably almost a foot deep. And then you just want to gently lift them out of the ground. They come out dirty like this. They're going to be bunched all together. You want to leave them on the surface to dry in the sun for a little bit, a few hours. And then you can take them inside. Don't need to clean them off. And if you want to cure them, they can be cured in warm temperature, somewhere that's relatively dry, about 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 2 weeks. And this will help to make them turn some of that starch into sugar. Then they can just be taken inside and used whenever they're ready to eat. So a real simple process to harvest these. For more information about sweet potato production, please contact your local county extension office and talk to a master gardener, or look online at the Virginia Cooperative Extension website for a publication about sweet potatoes. For From the Ground Up, we'll see you next time.